Street Talk and other stuff. Mike Mad Dog Magnati, thank you for tuning in on this fine Monday morning. I know it's a little bit cloudy, but that's just the weather we get this time of year. A little bit cloudy, a little windy, but pretty soon this will be hot and dry all summer long, and that's what we're looking forward to. But hey, I appreciate you tuning in today. I thank you very much for being here. I do want to let you know we will not do the show next week because it's Memorial Day, but we will be back after that. I can't tell you who's going to be on in 2 weeks because I don't know yet. I have an idea, but I haven't approached these people yet. But I know you'll be here, and I appreciate it. But thanks for tuning in today. I have got a great guest talking about some local stuff here that you'll be very interested to hear about. And very aesthetically pleasing guest as well, if I may put it that way. So, but hey, Street Talk and other stuff. You stick around. We will be right back.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Welcome to Boswell's, where you'll find quality furnishings for every room in your home. Customers ask, do you have solid wood options? Yes, they do. Bamboo, maple, acacia, cherry, mahogany. With 2 floors of quality furniture and complimentary design services, Boswell's design team can create a home that's uniquely yours. For almost a century, people have chosen Boswell's for their quality and customer service. Boswell's Furniture, it's closer than you think.
Okay, we're back. Street Talk and other stuff, and I'm very happy to once again have Shannon James as my guest. Shannon is with the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center.
That's right.
And I'm going to let her tell you what her title is. So.
I am the Special Events and Wells House Manager.
Yes,
Yep.
okay. Now, something we were talking about off camera, which is great. Shannon and I were recently in a play together called Black Comedy. I hope you had the opportunity to see it. If you didn't, you were out of luck. So not only are we friends, we're also thespian compadres. So what's going on with you?
Well,
for those who may not know you, a little bit about yourself. Okay.
A little bit about me.
Yeah.
So in addition to theater, well, I was a food service person for a really long time before COVID. So I worked in restaurants for years and years, and then got the job at the museum. So now I'm doing special events, which is fantastic. I get to be creative. We've in fact got a really cool event coming up on Friday.
Okay.
We're doing we've been doing a silent film series at the museum.
Really? Okay.
Where it's live accompaniment on the pipe organ.
Okay.
And there's a lecture beforehand by a college professor,
okay.
which is really cool. So that's Friday night, and that's $5 for museum members.
Okay, is that every Friday night, or is it just?
This is the third in a series, and it's the last one.
Oh,
so we're gonna come up with another like 2 or 3 in a series to do maybe this fall.
Okay.
But these are German expressionism, so kind of serious and heavy, a little dark, but you can see that influence
sure.
on.
You know, for those Germans alike. Right?
Thankfully, there's no talking. But yeah, I've had fun getting to be creative, with, coming up with different events to do. And, but yeah.
So you've been with the library 2 years.
The museum for a year and a half.
Sorry, library.
It's okay. Oh my God. It's Monday. What are you thinking?
I'm old. I forget stuff. So how long have you been with the railroad?
Yeah.
So for 2 years you've been with the museum?
A year and a half. About a year and a half.
Okay.
So yeah, it's cool. And I've been back in Wenatchee for 10 years
Really?
now,
Okay.
which shocks me when I think about that. But yeah, I was in Seattle for 18 years prior to that.
Okay, but when you say back in Wenatchee, were you raised here?
Well,
were you
for a bit, 6th grade through senior year of high school.
Okay, where were you before that?
Bellevue.
Ah.
Yeah.
So
Not
you're a
the
Bellevue
snooty
girl.
part of Bellevue, though.
Not the snooty part? Okay.
Not the snooty part.
Okay, so you graduated from Wenatchee High. Okay, what year did you graduate?
Do I have to?
No, you don't.
No, I was 97, in fact, with your daughter.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. I remember now. So
yeah, 97. Then I went to the University of Washington.
Okay.
And studied drama.
Yeah.
Therefore, restaurant work.
Well, my wife teases me, because I went to acting school for a year too, back in New York City, and I did theater with, the church I was going to. Did it in high school, and then I was with music theater for a few years. Yeah. Then I became a cop, and I said, well, I still perform, but now for audiences of only one. I would pretend to sympathize with them to get them to confess. It was a fun role. So.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so working with the museum, you got stuff coming up, right?
Yeah, yeah. So in addition to this silent film event on Friday night, a week after that is kind of the big one of the season for me that I've been working on for a while now. It's the Historic Homes Tour, May 31st.
Right.
10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's a self-guided tour. It'll start at the museum. So guests will start there, get their official tour bracelet and program, and then go from there in whatever order they so choose. So it's a cool opportunity to see inside some historical properties and single-family homes that otherwise you wouldn't be able to. Okay,
the single-family home, there's one specific place I want to ask you about.
Yeah.
But before we get there, the single-family homes, what?
Usually it's historic properties, maybe in the Grandview Historic District.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, we've got the Wells House on the tour always.
Okay.
That's an easy one. The Mausoleum.
Well, that's the one I was going to ask you about. No, the Home of Peace up on Miller Street.
The Home of Peace. It's going to be open.
Really?
So that's owned by the city, and this is. Just to be clear, in partnership with the City of Wenatchee Historic Preservation Board. Okay. So we work together to get the properties and put this all together.
Okay, and when is this event again?
It's Saturday, May 31st.
May 31st.
Yeah. Okay. So in a couple weeks.
I'm not going to be here.
You're not?
No, we're going to a Mariners game the 30th.
Oh, well, that'll be fun.
But I really would like to see inside the Home of Peace.
It's very cool.
You've been in there?
I've been in there.
What's it like?
So it's just sort of all marble, and it's kind of a long hallway, but it's got.
I heard that people were dying to get in there.
Oh my God.
Forgive me. I'm sorry.
I don't know if I can.
Mea culpa.
But no, there's a ton of like Wenatchee pioneers in there that are interred in there, and some names that you'd recognize. Okay. And we've found some connections to other properties that are on the tour. Okay. So one of the homes is on Miller Street, and the person who built it is in fact interred in the Home of Peace mausoleum.
Now, was the Home of Peace, is that a family? Was that originally as a family mausoleum, or was it just something?
No, it was the city mausoleum.
Really? Okay.
There's, I think, another one in Waterville.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Well, Waterville has a very interesting cemetery. My wife and I have walked around that. So.
I love cemeteries.
Yeah,
I know
we
it's a
do
little
too.
creepy, but I think it's really cool.
Matter of fact, the Waterville Cemetery, it's interesting because you can tell when the Spanish flu hit here, because there'll be a line of whole families, young children. It's really kind of heartbreaking in a way.
It's really sad.
So, but is the Home of Peace, is it full?
There are, interesting bit of history, there are 8 spots that are not
occupied.
Okay. Thank you. I was trying to think of a really polite way to be like, with no dead people in it. But No, there's 8 spots that are unoccupied.
Yeah.
That, according to city records, it looks like they were sold.
Yeah.
You know, that somebody was going to occupy them,
Right.
but they haven't been. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it was like since 1982
Yeah.
since the last person was interred there.
Would it be at all possible if someone was able to research and find out who owns those empty spaces and could still be interred in there, or is that even a possibility?
I don't know.
Really?
I think that's a
Okay.
question for the city.
Okay, all right. Well, interesting.
Why, you want in?
No, we have other plans. Okay. My wife is going to take my ashes and she's going to call some police officer on Graveyard and just say, "Spread his ashes on the streets."
Oh my God. This is getting dark.
Pretty much the plan for me.
Okay, all right.
So
all right.
yeah.
Just the streets of
Is
Wenatchee?
this true? Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not? You know, this is my home. You know. So.
All right.
Okay, but these
Oh, boy.
single-family homes.
Yeah.
These are homes that are historic.
Yeah.
And
and they're
the
occupied.
homeowners will be there.
They'll
to-
be there.
okay.
In some cases, not.
Yeah.
We give them the option.
Okay.
So we'll have volunteer staff, volunteer docents on hand to kind of talk people through the history. There are
Sure.
certainly places in each property where it'll be, roped off, where you're not allowed to go.
Sure. Well, yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I don't
Right.
want you looking in the closet
Right.
or whatever.
Or going through my underwear drawer.
Precisely. But yeah, there'll be docents, potentially homeowners on site, answering questions, and yeah,
All right,
it's,
cool.
it's very cool.
Cool. Yeah. So about how many places will people be able to visit?
We'll have 7 total.
7. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
and that includes the museum.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Which is
Okay.
historic as well.
Yeah, it is very well. It used to
Yeah.
be the post office.
That's right.
That's how it was built.
And there is a WPA mural inside as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Okay.
cool. Peggy Strong.
When I first moved here in '73, it was
Yeah.
still the post office.
Was it?
So yeah,
That- yeah,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. I used to. We lived at the Columbia Hotel. I don't know if you remember the Columbia Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother and I lived there for a while, and
Nice.
for some reason we didn't want to list that as our address, so our mail was general delivery. We had to go to. Not that we were getting all that much.
Right.
But yeah, but now I remember, and
Cool.
and they still have a section of old.
The mailboxes.
The mailboxes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Very cool.
Okay, so what else is going
So
on?
yeah, after that, I've got 3 events coming up back to back that
Okay.
week. So June 4th, we're going to have some members of the Batterman family, which I don't
Yeah.
know if you recognize that name.
Yes, I do.
That road that goes like beyond the airport.
Right, and they were major orchardists up. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, wasn't the Batterman home the one that's on James Street and Grant Road?
Potentially.
I think it was. Our church used to own that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it was the Batterman home, but whatever. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
familiar with the Batterman family name.
Yeah, so some members of the family are going to come talk about early history. So George
Okay.
Batterman came to Wenatchee in, gosh, I want to say 1889.
Okay.
No, he was born in 18. I'm going to mess it up. But anyway,
That's fine.
they're going to come
Look,
and talk
nobody
about
fact checks this show. Okay, don't worry
Nobody's
about it. You
watching
can say
anyway,
anything you
right?
want. Yeah.
No, so he came here when he was 15.
Okay.
Just on a train, packed a lunch, and hopped on a train from Minnesota.
Really? Okay.
And
All right.
came out here. I think he had some brothers out here, and times were tough in the beginning.
Sure.
And the steamboats were still coming up the Columbia River,
Yeah.
and they would hear the steamships and go racing down to the river and try and ask for work unloading the boats.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Did he get work doing that? Did he?
Apparently so, and
Okay, all right.
I think it was George who actually excavated the road to Eniat.
Ah, all right. Yeah.
So there will be some cool early Wenatchee
history
stories.
stuff. Well, good,
yeah,
good.
Looking forward to that.
Cool.
We've got a new exhibit coming at the museum as well.
Let's hear about that.
Very
So,
exciting.
yeah.
The Living Images, it's called, which is an exhibit of Don Seabrook's photography.
Okay.
Don Seabrook is the photo, or was, I think he's retired, the photojournalist for the Wenatchee World.
Almost the entire time I can remember being
Yeah.
here in town, and I know he's won some awards,
Yeah.
so.
So
Okay.
we'll have some enlargements of his photography
Okay.
on display. So there's going to be a members-only party exhibit opening on Thursday, June
Yeah.
5th.
Okay.
So if you're a museum member, you're invited.
Okay. Will there be snacks?
There will be snacks,
snacks. Okay.
adult refreshments.
Ooh.
And then Friday is First Friday, and that's when it opens to the public.
Okay. All right.
So-
Will there be snacks?
Maybe.
I mean, snacks are important.
Snacks are important.
Snacks, little, niblets, that type of thing.
Cheese
little
and crackers.
So a little nosh, as we say in Yiddishkeit. So.
Right.
So cool. But you know what's really cool?
What's that?
You love your job.
I do. I
mean,
really
it
like
just
my job.
brings joy to you. You can see it in your face. You can see the way you describe it. That's, there's nothing better. Nothing better. If we gotta work, it's nice to work at something we enjoy.
Right? It is.
Okay, but I'm talking with Shannon Janes. She is with the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center, and her job title again is
Special Events and Wells House Manager.
That's right,
Someday
exactly. Yeah. But look, we're going to come back and talk about more because there is more stuff coming up at the museum. But hey, Street Talk and other stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Stick around. We will be right back.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
At Abby's, Toppings to the Edge is a promise we've kept for 60 years and counting. We load our pizzas with fresh ingredients, quality meats, and real cheese, so every bite is legendary. If you can find a better pizza, buy it. Abby's, you just can't top it. Right now, every day is Taco Tuesday at Abby's. Our Taco Especial is on sale 7 days a week. This giant pizza serves up to 6 people and is at a very special price. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. We're family-owned Abby's, a legendary pizza tradition.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
What's your awesome? Whatever it is, Washington Trust Bank can help you get there. Learn more at watrust.com/awesome.
I understand that.
Okay, we're back. Street Talk and other stuff. Talking with Shannon Janes with the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. And there's some cool other stuff coming up. You've got the historic homes tour,
new exhibit,
that kind of stuff.
Silent film,
and that's this Friday. The silent film, okay.
This coming Friday.
And it's $5.
It's $5 for museum members.
Okay,
I think we're charging $7 for non.
Okay.
If you're not a museum member, I strongly encourage you to do so. It's actually super affordable. I want to say for an individual, it's $40 a year. Okay. And that gets you, lots of perks.
Yeah,
you get
like
better
snacks.
pricing.
Like snacks.
There's always snacks. Yes, we have snacks, Mike.
So the summer stuff that's coming up.
So there's tons of stuff happening at the museum. We've got super summer adventure camps coming up. Those are the kids camps, 7 to 9-year-olds, I want to say. Yeah. But every week there's a different theme. So the first week is Apex Predator Week. Just kind of rad, right?
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
and what type of apex predators will we be discussing or examining?
The bears, lions.
Okay. Yes, I'm familiar with
stuff
that.
like
Okay.
that.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Sharks.
Right. Shark. Yeah. Very, very predatory.
Yeah. But there is more information on that on our website, WenatcheeValleyMuseum.org. Okay. So every week is a different theme, and there's lots of really cool stuff.
All right.
We're also doing a series of caravan tours this year with Randy Lewis, native storyteller, fascinating guy to listen to. He has amazing stories.
And these are caravan tours?
Yeah, I know the Wellington tour, which is actually also on Saturday, May 31st. It will leave from the museum and then caravan up to the site, and that's about the Wellington train disaster. Do you know about that?
No, I don't.
Whoa.
Please.
I think that one
inform
is 1904.
Right.
I think.
Okay.
But yeah, train disaster, one of the worst ones in U.S. history.
Really, what happened? Just
Avalanche.
brief. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Avalanche wiped this train out.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Were like people stuck in it for a
Yeah.
period of time, and okay.
Well, you'll have to take the tour.
I will,
And
yeah.
ask all those questions. But yeah, that's up Stevens Pass. It's up Highway 2.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
there's some really cool ones coming up.
So, what other summer camps, besides the ones you described?
The myths. I'm gonna get this one wrong. Myths, legends, and monsters. I think it is.
Okay. All right.
That's the one I would do if I were.
Really?
The
Okay.
Yeah.
What myths will you be handling?
Myths.
Yeah.
Greco-Roman
Okay.
mythology.
All right. Okay.
For
You're going to talk about
7-year-olds.
Prometheus
Yeah,
getting
and
his
the
liver eaten
Minotaur.
every day. That's a good one for kids.
Kids.
You want kids exposed to things that will give them nightmares.
Medusa, all that good stuff. Yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Actually, I really liked Persephone when I was a kid. I had some storybook. that
Okay. So
had the
what's?
story-
I know I've.
You remember that one? So Persephone was Demeter's daughter.
Yeah.
Demeter was the goddess of what? Grain and the harvest, or
Okay,
something like that.
all right, yeah.
Persephone was her daughter, and she was off wandering one day, and Hades was like out in his chariot and
collecting
and kidnapped
doing,
her,
doing collections.
doing whatever he does,
Right,
and
yeah.
he kidnapped Persephone
Yeah.
and took her to the underworld. And
Oh,
Demeter.
I saw that statue in Italy.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, it was incredible. Yeah. Okay. Go on
Wow.
with the story.
Yeah, Demeter's so depressed
Yeah.
that that's how we get winter.
Right.
So
yeah.
nothing is growing because she's so sad her daughter's gone, and so she. How does it work? Ooh, maybe I jumped the gun. I think Persephone, if she was going to eat or drink anything in the underworld,
Right.
she was going to have to be there permanently, and she had like 3 pomegranate seeds or something
Yeah,
along those lines,
okay.
and then had to go back every year in the winter, and that's why nothing grew. Anyway,
Oh, okay. Well, that's why we have winter.
that's why we have winter.
Okay. All right. You want to know another fact about winter?
What's that?
People think that hell is hot. It's not. It's cold, miserable, slushy, wet shoes all the time. Okay. There's my theology.
Oh man.
All right. So what's your day like?
My day.
I mean, you work
typical-
it's a full-time job, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I have an event going on, like coming up within that week, it'll be sort of the final details, touching base with people, making sure everybody's on the same schedule.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, it's a lot of email communication to get things going.
Okay.
Reaching out to folks. Are you interested in participating in A, B, or C? And yeah, there's an element to creativity to
Okay.
it, though,
All right. Yeah, I would
which I
imagine.
really like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
making the event space pretty and bringing in flowers and making food pretty. And,
Okay, snacks. Pretty
and
snacks.
Snacks, always.
Oh, so when you're the Wells House manager,
Yeah.
what does that entail?
Well, we in fact just had our spring tea, which we do
Yeah.
once a year. We do a spring tea and a holiday
Your
tea.
spring tea. Oh,
Yep.
Spring
I
tea.
can-
See,
With my pinky.
spring tea. Okay.
So we have our spring tea, and that's where we put out all the fine china, and we
right.
bring in a caterer.
And you have petty
And-
force?
Kinda, yeah. But yeah, we had the junior royalty, the Apple Blossom Junior Royalty
Oh,
came
cool. All right.
with their cute crowns, and they
Yeah.
talked about their essays that they wrote to win that title, and
Okay, all right.
sang us a little song.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a neat opportunity to dress up a little bit. Some people wear a hat, and yeah, drink some tea, have some nice food.
All right, I'm dressed
Support
up
the
right
Wells
now.
House.
This is as dressed up as I
Is
get.
this it?
Actually,
good,
I
looking
wore a
good.
bow tie the other night.
You did?
The Apple Awards at the high school for high school
Oh, nice.
theater. And I tied the bow tie myself, I might add.
Wow.
Not a very good job, I will admit, but I did
I'm
indeed do it. So
impressed.
yeah. Well, I've said, you know, you can't be a true gentleman unless you know how to tie a bow tie.
Or at least clip one on.
Something like that. Okay, so what else do you do? What else happens at the Wells House?
So we've got a group of volunteers who we work together in our events. We've got a couple people who are the gardeners. They take care of the grounds around the house, which it looks beautiful right now. Everything blooming. Yeah, we've been hosting what I call Wells House Wednesdays.
Right.
It's the first Wednesday of every month, and we brought in recently it's been some folks to talk about. It's almost like a travel series. We started with Roy Dragoo. Do you know him?
Yes, I know Roy.
Yeah, Roy came and talked about the Camino de Santiago.
Very, very interesting man.
Fascinating
and
guy.
his wife is a wonderful
Carol
woman
is
as
one
well.
of our volunteers at the Wells House.
Yeah, she actually produced one of the first shows I directed many years ago. Yeah, yeah. Her and her sister are very good friends of mine.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I don't see Carol very often, but her sister and I are.
She's lovely.
Pals, yeah. So.
But yeah, Roy came and talked about the Camino de Santiago.
Okay.
So the pilgrimage in Spain. He's walked it 5 times. I think he's going again.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Really cool. So he shared a slideshow about that experience.
He's done it 5 times?
He's done it 5 times, and I think he's doing it again this year.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, when is he ever going to accept God's forgiveness?
When will God accept Roy? No, it was really cool to hear about, though. Like, what a neat, it's an ancient medieval pilgrimage.
Well, we saw the movie some time ago that had Charlie Sheen.
What is that called?
I can't remember. Whatever, something or other. But yeah, saw the movie, and that was interesting. And a client of mine, his wife actually walked it a couple years ago.
Cool.
So, yeah, I always like the part at the end of the movie where people on bikes went by, and one of the guys
spoilers.
goes, Could we have done this on bikes?
Well, yeah, so then I thought, oh my gosh, how interesting, for people to hear about travel places that they've never been. And so I had Matthew and TJ come and talk about their trip to Cuba, which was cool. And then in July, Jamie Johnson, who's the curator of education at the museum, is going to talk about her experience in the Peace Corps in Indonesia.
Okay, all right. My producer told me, say that again, Josiah, sorry. Oh, okay, all right. I think my problems with my mic. But
oh, jeez.
Whatever, I don't know, so I'll just try to talk a little louder.
Okay.
Okay, but look.
Yeah.
Shannon for a little bit, talk with her, and I will go ahead and try to get another mic pack. Oh, I think I'm back on.
Are you back on?
So, yeah,
okay.
I think I'm back on, so how's that?
No dead air.
Can you hear me? My mic is back. Okay. Hey, live TV, guys.
Live TV, technical difficulties.
This is stuff that you got to roll with, and it's like live theater.
That's right. If something goes wrong, somebody knocks over a glass and
it breaks on stage, right? The place where I have to fall.
So you have to fall on it, or someone's crawling around on the floor, hands and knees, and in the dark.
All right. So what do you got going today? What's going on today?
Today?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, still putting together historic homes. Got to make sure, we've got all the homeowners ready to go in terms of what areas of your house do you want blocked off, are you going to be there the whole time, etc. So working out those little details.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Okay. But that, that House of Peace, Home of Peace.
Yeah.
I wish
so
I was going to be
interesting.
here that Saturday because I would.
Yeah,
maybe
that's a
you
good
could arrange
one.
a little private showing sometime,
Yeah, there you go.
You could say that Magnati is interested in purchasing one of the empty spaces, which would be a lie.
Because you're going to be sprinkled in the streets of Wenatchee. Oh my God. Awesome.
Cool. All right, so what else you got going today, or for the rest of the week?
Rest of the week, silent film. So we, on Friday, that's going to start at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So Friday during the day, I'll be going to the store. We got to pop some popcorn because you got to have popcorn when you're watching a movie.
Exactly.
So doing that. But yeah, I think I'm mostly going to be at my desk.
Okay.
And that's not my favorite.
All right,
I like
I can
to
imagine.
move around a little bit.
You like to be around doing stuff and
I
that
like
kind of thing.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Okay, well, Shannon, I really want to thank you for being here.
Thank you, as
it's
always.
great, always great
to talk
have
to you.
And make sure if something comes up again in the future, I'm trying to have you guys on at a regular time. But
Cool.
you like you haven't come on. I like Jamie Johnson, Tara Sokol. I mean, it's a great crew you have.
It's a great crew.
Matthew Pippin is still working there. Correct?
Yes,
okay,
love Matthew.
Well, again, folks, hey, the museum, it is a great gem in our community, so I hope you can enjoy. But hey, Shannon, again, thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Street Talk and other stuff. Appreciate you being here. We will see you in 2 weeks, and have a great Memorial Day. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.